Hey friends, how are you doing today? It's Thursday and it's time for our missions moment. We are going to be talking about chocolate chip cookies. Don't you love chocolate chip cookies? They are so delicious. And I'm going to show you later how to make chocolate chip cookies. So I bet you're thinking, Miss Stephanie, it's missions moment, not baking day. Why are we talking about chocolate chip cookies? Well, let's open up our Bibles to the book of Mark, chapter 12. And here is what it says. Jesus was talking with some people. There were some scribes there, and they were asking Jesus some questions. And one of the questions they asked Jesus is, what is the most important commandment? And here's what Jesus said. He said, listen, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. The second is like it. Here we go. This is the important part for us today. Love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these. That's really important. Jesus is telling us loving our neighbor is one of the most important commandments. That and love the Lord our God. Those are the two most important commandments in the whole Bible. How awesome is that? And here's what the scribe says. He says, you're right, teacher. You have correctly said that he is one and that there is no one else except him. And to love him with all your heart and with all your understanding and with all your strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself is far more important than all the burnt offerings and sacrifices. There are a lot of ways we spend our time. We spend our time playing video games, playing soccer, hanging out with friends, and all those are great. But sometimes we forget that those might be serving us instead of serving our neighbor. And this is saying that we want to make sure we're serving our neighbor as one of the most important things we do. So here's what we're gonna do. Today, we are gonna make our neighbors some chocolate chip cookies and we're gonna deliver them. How fun is that? Check out this recipe right here. So let's get to making these cookies. The first thing we need to do is wash our hands. We wanna make sure that we get in between our fingers, underneath our nails, on top of our hand, and you're supposed to wash your hands for about 20 seconds. So once your hands are all washed, you can rinse them off and dry your hands with a clean towel. And then you're ready to make your cookies. So here we have all the ingredients for our cookies. We have butter and eggs and sugar and flour and chocolate chips. And the first thing you're gonna do is put in your butter. And this butter has been sitting out on my counter for about 30 minutes, so it's not super cold, it's a little bit soft, and that's how you want your butter to be, a little bit soft and ready to get whipped up with all the good stuff. And then you're gonna put in your eggs. Oh, I'm sorry, then you're gonna put in your sugar with your butter. Brown sugar and white sugar, and you're gonna turn on, and there it goes. And you're gonna let that mix together for a few minutes, and it's gonna look like And when it looks like that, then you're gonna add your eggs. And then once that's going, and it looks like that, now it's ready for the flour, but you don't want to put your flour in when your mixer is going. You want to stop your mixer and then put your flour in, because if you put your flour in when your mixer's going, your flour is going to go all over the kitchen, and then you'll have to clean up everything in your house. You're going to put in your flour and your baking soda and your salt all at the same time. And you're going to get that going. And while that's mixing, you're gonna put in a teaspoon of vanilla. And the vanilla is really tasty, and this is the kind of vanilla I use. It's super yummy. So once that's all incorporated, and you might have to turn it off and scrape down the sides. Like that. And keep it going. Our neighbors are gonna love these cookies. They're gonna be so tasty, and you made them so well with so much love. And now we're gonna put in our chocolate chips. Yum! And you're gonna let those mix. And now they're done. You're ready to serve them up into the oven. So now we're gonna take our chocolate chips cookies and we're gonna put them on the pan. And I'm gonna fill up this pan with cookie dough about this size, and I'm gonna put it in the oven at 350 degrees, and then we'll have yummy cookies. My cookie sheet is full, and I'm gonna put it into a 350 degree oven for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I'm gonna take the cookies and turn them around and put them on a different shelf in my oven, and then they'll be ready after the second batch of 5 minutes. So 10 minutes total. Okay, our cookies are out of the oven and they've cooled off. Don't they look so good? And I could just keep all these cookies to myself, but I wanna love my neighbor as myself. So I'm gonna wrap up some of these cookies and take them to my neighbor. I'm just using whatever I have around the house. I have some wax paper, and then I didn't have any tape, but I did have the string. So I'm gonna use the string to tie a bow around it. And then I have some leftover gift bags from something else I was doing. And I'm gonna put those in the gift bag. And I have some leftover tissue paper from something else. And then I wrote him a card and I said, thank you for being such a great neighbor. We love you, the Rogers. And we're gonna put it in here and we're gonna go drop it on his doorstep. Why don't y'all come with us? Okay, so I dropped the cookies off at my neighbor's house, and guess what? They already texted me and they said, thank you so much for delivering those cookies. And I said, enjoy them. And they said, I already did. They already got into them and ate them. They were so good. So I cannot wait to see how you love your neighbors. Jesus wants us to love our neighbors just like he loves us. Jesus loves us so much that he died on the cross for me and for you. And he is showing us what love looks like. And we can show love to our neighbors this week by baking cookies. I can't wait to see how your cookies turn out. So make sure you take a picture and put it in the comments below and share with your neighbors. I can't wait to see them. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy baking your cookies.